Whether it's a hangnail that needs fixing or it's simply time for a trim, a nail nipper is a good thing to have at your fingertips. A nipper is a precision tool, one that offers a bit more control than lever-style clippers. The result is usually a more manicured look. Heavy-duty and made of stainless steel, the nipper nail cutter looks as if it belongs in a tool chest, and it actually works like cutter pliers. Squeezing the handles brings the curved blades at the end together for a well-rounded trim job. The handles offer a bit more maneuverability than the lever mechanism on a standard nail clipper. Production begins with these forged steel blanks. They'll make 2 pairs of nippers from each one. They load the blanks onto a carriage that transports them into a furnace. Subjected to intense heat, the steel blanks become white-hot and malleable in minutes. The foundry worker transfers a blank to a die. He moves it across the die and flips it over as a hammer slams it into the shape of 2 nail nipper shanks, each with a cutting head. It takes several strikes to create the right impression on both sides of the blank. The process transforms the narrow blank into a wider piece with 2 nail nipper formations. This is the blank before forging and now. Once the 2 shanks have been separated and trimmed, a drill cuts a hole under the blade end. This is the area where the nipper shanks are to be joined. A milling tool shaves down the area for a neat and level joint. This is the nail nipper shank before the joint work and after. They transfer the nipper shanks to a finishing machine. They bounce around in a stream of abrasive ceramic pebbles for a few hours. This rubs off the rough bits. A magnetized conveyor pulls out the steel shanks, leaving the ceramics behind, and carries the shanks forward. An employee sands the entire surface of each shank until it looks completely smooth. He brushes oil onto a shank joint to prevent rust and abrasion. It's time to rivet the 2 nail nipper shanks together. The rivets funnel into tooling above and below the nail nipper shanks. The machinery drives the rivets into the holes in the shanks. Once joined, they cannot be pulled apart without completely destroying the nail nippers. At this point, the rivets protrude slightly and could snag on clothing or other things. An employee sands each rivet until it's on the same plane as the rest of the nipper joint. The vigorous sanding makes the rivet seem to almost disappear. He polishes the inside of the nipper blades to completely smooth the surfaces. An even surface can be more thoroughly cleaned and disinfected between manicures. The blades are still blunt at this point. The next member of the team files them on an angle to give them a cutting edge. Filing too little could hamper the clearance between the blades. Filing too much would ruin the nippers entirely. He tests them on paper. If the cutting edge slips, the blades may need more work. If they slice right through, they're just right. Next, he clamps the nail nippers onto a circular bench. It revolves to meet up with a laser that etches the company logo and other information onto the shanks. After that, they drill holes and attach a spring to make the nippers easier to open and close. For the professional who'll be opening and closing these nail nippers a few hundred times a day, this is a nifty feature. They manufacture these nail nippers in batches of 300 or 400 over a period of about 2 weeks, so there should always be plenty on hand.